I think overall, again, for equity investors, I think, as I said earlier, some of the fears that there might be, conflict out of the gates, those fears have subsided a bit. Of course, our focus is our clients, and how can our clients navigate a changing global marketplace, the expectation of some shifts in trade flows as tariff policies are adjusted. This is an environment with opportunity, but one where the advice that comes from a bank like Citi is very valued, because despite fears of Balkanization, globalization is here to stay. Our clients have a worldwide view of opportunities. They're managing their businesses on a worldwide basis. Citi's the most global bank in the world, so we find ourselves in the middle of conversations we can really add value.
Where are the biggest opportunities? Where's your focus when you think about growing the wealth business? You've been in the seat now for, I believe, about a year and a half.
Well, we have been. Again, it's a very global bank. Wealth creation's happening globally. There's going to be $100 trillion of new wealth creation worldwide over the next decade. The fastest rate of growth is in Asia. The largest quantum of growth is going to be in the U.S. But even across the UK, Europe, this is seen as a slower growth region, but there'll be well over $10 trillion of new wealth creation. Our specific focus is on clients whose businesses and interests and families stretch across jurisdictions. They look to us to try to help navigate the world, and our focus is much more than many banks on wealth creation, because what Citi can do is help a family navigate that global landscape, but bring the power of our investment bank and our markets business to those clients as well.
Historically, compared to some of the other wealth heavyweights, Citi's wealth business has struggled, and that's part of the reason you were brought in, to really shake things up. How does this wealth creation approach really change things? And what does that mean? How does it differentiate you?
Well, don't forget, there were structural changes in this business during the financial crisis. Some of the business was sold to Morgan Stanley. This business has a brand unlike any other. The Citi brand shines around the world. It's incredibly powerful to clients. We've got a client franchise that stretches back decades, given Citi's history around the world, and we've got incredible people and capabilities in the business. So I feel like, for some of the challenges we've had, there's few institutions in the world that are playing the hand of cards, that we are. So I've got an enviable position, which is how do we shepherd these resources and do things for clients that other banks frankly can't do. Earlier in the week, we made it, I think, an important gear shift in our private bank. Our private bank is the crown jewel of this business, and we flattened our structure a little bit, increased the focus on the business, and we're making sure that our private bank, as I said, is plugged into the rest of Citi in a way that lets us bring power to bear that few can match.
Let's talk about the changes that have come through earlier this week. The Ida Liu, who is the global head of Citi's private banking arm, announced her departure from the business, and she was a really leading figure, not only for her role, but she was a leading female in the bank, and that's been a key initiative of Jane Fraser. How do you navigate that, making the changes necessary for the business, but ensuring that you keep up with the strategies that Jane Fraser wants to instill in the bank?
Well, Ida made a tremendous contribution in the business over 18 years. So first of all, start with a lot of gratitude. She did a great job. People come to points in their career where they choose to do new things. We've kind of used this moment to, as I said, elevate folks on our team around the world. We've got 4 regional heads who are reporting to me, and we're running the wealth business overall very collectively. We brought in some strength from other organizations over the course of the year, including this week a new head of strategy who had been a senior executive at UBS, and we're excited a new head of lending from Goldman Sachs. We've got some long-time, Citi colleagues, Chris Bitterly, top of the list, who have stepped up and taken on more in our business. And what you see across Jane's leadership team is phenomenal diversity. In an area like our credit card business, which is a massive business, Pam Habner is one of the senior most women executives, in global financial services. So this is a diverse team. It's a team that's working together very well, and I think we are more than stepping up to Jane's bold vision for the company.
Where are you now in terms of size and structure? Are there more departures coming?
Well, I think we've set our leadership team. I would say, it's a mixture of new talent to the firm and long-time Citi talent kind of stepping up and working together. This team is set. It is on parity with any leadership team in the wealth management industry, and we're in growth mode. And so when you think about changes and adjustments we've had to make, those changes exist in business all the time, but we're going to be very front-footed looking to add talent as we think about some of the unique opportunities we have, including, right here in London, because there's tremendous energy in London. We've got again, some great long-standing clients, but a lot of growth opportunity for Citi, the private bank in particular in London.